Hello! Hello and welcome back to another episode of Funny Girl Abroad. Today, it's a special day. I have my hot cocoa, make myself as warm as possible as I'm going to remember the story of the first snow I experienced in Stockholm. I am from Greece. There is not a lot of snow in Greece. When I was a child, there was never snow. I've seen snow once, where the school took us. My school took us high up in the mountain to show us the snow, to show us, kids, look, this is snow. And we were like, whoa. and then we're trying to play, but it was really hard because there was very little. You see, we had to recycle it and share the snow to each other. But the first time that I saw with my own eyes real snow everywhere in Stockholm, I will forever remember. I will never forget. And the reason for this is because I lost my keys that day. It's nothing to do with the snow. I mean, the snow was fun and all, but the main reason this day will stay with me forever is because I lost my keys and I couldn't get back in my house. And it was snowing in that day of all the days. It's cold. I mean, a good part of this podcast here has been me losing stuff, me losing myself within the city, me just this whole situation of, well, clinical forgetfulness and distraction. I don't think that it's a surprise to anyone at all that I lost my keys. I don't think that this is something I have to even say any more information about. How did I lose them? That's a good question. There is no answer to that question. I lost them. There's nothing to explain. I don't need to answer for my actions. Only God is going to judge me. I mean, there is nothing I can say here. So I go home and I say that there's snow falling off the sky, and I am so happy. It's unbelievable. I've been looking forward to this moment for months. It's like it's a huge thing in my life. I've never seen snow coming out of the sky. I've never been in a snowing environment. I've seen snow, but snow when the snow was already out. But to be in the snow, it's like it's magical to me. So I'm so happy, I'm so thrilled. And then I go home and I can't find my keys because I lost my keys at my workplace, which I'm not going to have access to for at least a couple of days. And, well, my friend, when this happens, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. I did everything I could to not lose my things. I was counting and pointing at them. Here is my keys. I am taking my keys and putting them in my pocket, like some type of weird performance. Every single time I had to gather my stuff. I did it. I did all of the stuff. But still, there came this one day that it just didn't work. And I ended up without keys anyways. Now, this of course had happened to me before, multiple times. But the difference was that I was in Greece, so that wasn't a problem. I could name at least 5 places I could go to and just sleep. And you know what? Funny thing, I didn't even have to mention the keys. I could just go to my friend, hang out there, I'm gonna stay here tonight. At some point during the night, I might say, oh, well, by the way, I don't have keys, I can't go back. Like, okay, chill, sure, no problem. This happened to me multiple times. It was never an issue. And also, I've had several keys distributed in several locations in the city where I was living. I had at least 3 different people that had keys, so that depending on which location I am at when I lost them, I have access to some place that is close. So you have all those systems in place. when you are forgetful, you have those systems and you've developed them slowly and over time, and they're there. And so then you just live your life. You don't have to, on a daily basis, remember what an idiot you are, because the systems are there to protect you and everything is just easy. So worst case scenario, it's not really that bad. I had 3 keys. What's gonna happen? I lose my keys, then I take another set of keys, then I lose those 2. I still have 2 sets of keys to go, okay? It's not a problem at all. But suddenly, when you're in a different country, this just doesn't apply. Your systems are gone. All the systems, all the handles that you could grab to before you hit the ground are just not there anymore. And not only that, but on top of that, it's much, much harder for you to ask for help because you don't know anybody. Sitting in the bus, hugging my bag, looking around all those people, and just thinking to myself, well, all those people are going somewhere. I was so unhappy. Besides that, I was pissed at myself, obviously, for losing my keys. I was also pissed at everybody. I was pissed at making the decision to leave and to come to Sweden to study because suddenly I was in this situation that was actually a little bit dangerous. Because not only I am a little bit a mess with practical things that should be really easy if you're gonna be adventurous, but also it never occurred to me how much I was depending on other people around me and on their kindness and understanding and also just general goodwill and general accommodation kind of mindset of, oh, come on, we'll find a solution, right? So that was shocking. So yeah, in Greece, if that were to happen to me, which it wouldn't because I had 3 keys spread around the city, even if that were to happen still, or if it was to happen to somebody else, most people would just kind of scream at you for being an idiot, but then offer to host you or put you in a couch or something. That is the most common thing to do, right? Like there is not, and I'm not saying that this is better. I'm just observing what it is, and I'm saying that I'm used to it more. So it was better for me. So I was expected to be screamed at, I was expected to people calling me an idiot, but I was also expected to people helping me because that is how I was used to, right? So what you find in a different country like Sweden is it's exactly the opposite. So people have all of the understanding in the world for you, have a ton of empathy and understanding. No one's gonna get mad at you, no one's gonna call you names, but no one is going to offer to help you or even possibly even agree to help you. Really, it's extremely uncommon, and it's so weird. It messes with your head almost as much as losing your keys on the day that was supposed to be the most perfect day because there was snow. I've asked for help from every single person that I could ask for help. I found the most unlikely help that I could ever imagine. I asked everybody, and then I also asked a girl that was definitely a long shot because I've met her like 2 times and we were in some group together. I don't even know why I had her number. It was probably something technical. And she was the long shot, she was the longest of all of the shots that I took that night. But she was the one to, to agree. She was the one that suggested that she hosts me, that I can sleep on her couch for those 2 nights. So why? Why her? Why this girl that knew me the least, that had seen me the least, why would she agree to let me crash at her couch? That's really simple. She was Serbian. That was the reason. It's a similar culture, and she just had this instant reaction of, what? what are you, an idiot? I can't believe that. You're in a different country, you have to be careful. Okay, I mean, come, I live a little bit further away, but you can get on this, you can get on the train. And she even came and picked me up from the station, and they took me to her place, and I met her partner. And I mean, they were a lovely couple, and we had a super nice time. We watched The Godfather, I think it was The Godfather, and ate some popcorn, I think, I'm not completely sure. And then the next day we went to the mall, and I got to see the mall in Tabby. I actually had an amazing time. I mean, if you forget about the whole, losing my keys and being, without a house for a few hours thing, other than that, it was amazing. I mean, nice hang, we played with the snow, all good, all brilliant. To this day, I am unbelievably grateful to this girl. I mean, it's crazy how she saved me and how she showed up for me at this time. Like, if it wasn't for her, I would have lost faith in humanity, in myself, in my ability to survive in this place. But she gave me just a little bit of confidence and a little bit of hope. She gave me a little bit of hope that there will always be somebody, well, generous, or at least from the Balkans, which I can work with. And I think of her every first snowfall of the year. So all of that is to say that cultural differences are all fun until they are not, until they're not all fun at all, until they can be really hurtful. And then, when this happens, it's a perfectly legit strategy to just go as close to your culture as well the environment allows. And maybe that's a solution, at least a temporary one. Let me take my cocoa again. After this journey to the past, that was something. Do you want to know what's even worse than that? What's even worse than all of this whole story? A few months later, I lost my keys again. But by this time, I was with somebody, and they came to my place and they looked around and they found a phone number that was somewhere, and it said that you have to call this number if you lose your keys. And then we called this number, and it turns out that there is a whole little section, a whole building inside my campus where you can go if you lose your keys, and they give you new keys. I could just have gone there to begin with, and all of this thing was completely unnecessary. It was not needed. I didn't have to get disappointed. I didn't have to call. I didn't have to go there. I didn't have to do any of that stuff. All I had to do was just notice that. Which is really infuriating, extremely annoying. The kind of person that loses their keys. Does this sound like the kind of person that is gonna notice a stripe with a phone number and a little text on the inside of a door that opens from the outside? Like, what are we talking about? I didn't notice my keys not being on me. I'm gonna notice your little, PS note? Are we curious? Who's the audience here? Can we please tailor the message a little bit for the audience that it's intended to reach? I don't feel bad at all for not seeing it. I only feel sorry for the people that put it there, because they are definitely not doing their job as it should be done. I'm sorry to say. I mean, I'm disappointed as well. I'm even more disappointed, actually. So, well, there are solutions. A lot of solutions. Easy solutions, hard solutions, sociable solutions, or not. And, well, you'll find the right solution for you on whichever problem it is that you have created. Here goes another horror story about living abroad. I really enjoy sharing those horror stories. I scare you off, maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think I scare off anyone. I think it's the other way around. If anyone listens to this who's considering to live abroad, they can now see that it's actually not that horrible because even if you manage to mess up things massively like I do, there's still multiple solutions. And there's solutions that you see and solutions that you miss and solutions that you call. So, one way or another, you're gonna be fine. Thank you so much for watching this or listening to this, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.